apparently, so we are dividing fractions, and I just want to go through some of these ones that you're going to see with Get More Math, because there's a couple that have a different format. So if you recall from yesterday, dividing is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So when I am dividing by 7/9, that is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, which would be 9/7. And then I look to reduce before I multiply. So I say, oh, look, these reduce. So -6 times 1 is -6. 1 times 7 is 7. I go back and double check. Negative, positive. Yes, that's going to be a negative. And that is my answer. So please really double check those signs, because that's going to be, you're going to do all the math right and then get the sign wrong. It's going to be a bummer. All right, so this next problem. All right, so I have divide. So division is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Again, we have a cross-reducing that is really nice. So -3 times 1 is -3. 1 times 4 is 4. Done. Negative divided by positive, that it should be negative. So that's my answer. So then you run into something like this, and this is the same thing. This fraction bar means divide, but it is different, and I forgot about that when I was doing notes yesterday. So I'm going to do this here real quick. So this is the same thing as saying -7/11 divided by -3/6. So now division is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Negative times negative is going to be positive. Cross-reducing. Well, okay, I can't cross-reduce when I look, and so a lot of people cross, and if they don't see the cross, then they stop. But it's anything on top can reduce with anything on bottom. So when I'm looking at that, I say, oh, look, 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 6 2 times. That is reducing. It's not cross-reducing, but you can still reduce. And then you go -7 times 2 is -14. Well, we already know it's going to be positive, so let's just ignore those negatives. So it's going to be 14, and then 11 times 1 is 11. And with Get More Math, I think you're just going to have to say, oops, I'm not done. You're going to have to say, oh, look, 11 goes into 14 one time with a remainder of 3 over 11. And then I think you're going to have to put it in that way. You can try it both ways, but I think that because it's Get More Math, they're going to yell at you. All right, so let's go ahead and look then at the next type. So let's look at number 4, another one of those, and I'm going to, okay, so 2/3 divided by -2/4. Same division is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. And this is positive and this is negative, so it's kind of telling me that I'm going to have negative answer. Oh, look, cross-reducing, these reduce. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. Again, Get More Math is probably going to force that mixed number thing, so -1 1/3. Okay, both of these are acceptable answers. Just Get More Math wants you to take that further step. It's just like embedding practice within practice. So embedding that practice of seeing an answer as rational or mixed and being able to see both. I'm going to skip down. Okay, let's go ahead and do a couple of these, and then I'm going to be done here. So I'm going to have to convert these first to improper. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10/3. Not really improper, rational form, I guess I should say. Converting these, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Division is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. I got some cross-reducing and some cross-reducing. 2 goes in there 4, 2 goes in there 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, so that's an acceptable answer, but Get More Math might want you to do that further practice of 1 1/4. 4 goes into 5 one time with the remainder of 1, and then the 4 is still going to be the denominator. Okay, this will be the last one I do, and it's again this concept of this here, but we know that it is just divide, so I'm just going to rewrite this as a division problem. I can already see I've got a positive times a negative. My answer over here is going to be negative, but I have to convert first. So times 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9 halves, divided by 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2, 6 fourths. Okay. Division, same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. I can do some reducing there. There's 1, there's 2. I can also do some reducing, but I'll just do this one. So 8 into 6. Oh, wait. I like that one. 18 divided by 6, that's just going to be 3. And I've already determined it's going to be negative, so that's negative 3. Okay, so you can see how that goes. And as far as the ones that are stacked like this, it is just division. So you'll just break it into a division problem and then do your rational form and then flip. So that is that. And I'm going to go ahead and get done with this, and I should have this posted soon.